Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the entire basketball community. There won't be no basketball conversations tonight, obviously because of Game 2 of the NBA Finals. I'm going to be watching the game and giving you guys my post analysis with a very quick live stream right after the game. But I will resume the show Saturday night, I should say tomorrow night, which would be Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Time. So stay tuned for that, though, guys. So, but there will be no show tonight tonight because of Game 2 of the finals. And speaking of that, let's talk about this a little bit. Obviously, this is going to be Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Lakers are up 1-0 after basically taking care of business of the Heat in Game 1, pretty much blowing them out 116-98. Now, big things that came out of Game 1. You know, the Heat are going to be injured riddled. Here tonight, basically because no Goran Dragic because he tore the left foot of his plantar fasciitis. Bam Adebayo injured his left shoulder. He's going to be out, and Jimmy Butler injured his ankle in Game 1. He'll still play, but he won't be as effective. So the big takeaway from this Game 1 that I felt was is that the Lakers showed their superior dominance pretty much from the outset. Anthony Davis, did pretty much whatever he wanted. LeBron James was kind of settling into the pace and keeping things under control. He was only one assist shy from a triple double. You know what I'm saying? But I felt that the big difference was is that the way that I looked at as the stats of the game, the Lakers out rebounded the Heat 54-36, and they were +4 on the offensive rebounding. Obviously the Lakers shot a better percentage from the field. They were doing a better job of distributing the basketball and keeping their turnovers down as well. The other thing too that I felt that it was significant from the Heat was that when you lost both Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo, you essentially lose 50% of your total score because you're still going to get Jimmy Butler's contribution now. But the big takeaway from that Game 1 was that Tyler Chiro scored 14 points off the bench, but Duncan Robinson had 0 points in Game 1. So tonight, you're going to see probably Tyler Hero probably press into the starting lineup in place of Bam Adebayo. And the other thing too was that they're going to need good performances from all people around. Jay Crowder's got to step up. Jimmy Butler is going to have to play outside of his norm to tie up the series tonight. And with all that being said, I think that this is leading towards the direction of another victory for the Lakers to go up 2-0 in the best of seven. Now, according to the reports from Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, that Bam Adebayo and Goran Dragic are expected to play in Game 3, depending on how their injuries, to kind of heal up. But tonight they won't be able to play. Um, that's going to be a big concern for me because with those two guys out of your lineup, you lose 50%, like I said, 50% of your total scoring because both of them, play the pick and roll very well. And, Bam Adebayo is your only active big guy on your front line. Kelly Olynyk is going to be playing some major minutes, but he stands no chance against, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, and JaVale McGee. And, LeBron James pretty much can running wild whatever he wants. I wouldn't be surprised if Andre Iguodala can get some playing minutes, get some playing time out of this. You know what I mean? Because of the matchups. That's what I'm pretty much leaning towards too. So the bottom line I think about it is simply this. I think that the Lakers, are going to do what they've done pretty much throughout the series. And the thing is, right now, I just don't see the Heat, standing in pretty much a chance at particular this point. They're going to have to put up an outstanding performance to pretty much tie up this series because if they go down 0-2 against the Lakers, that's going to be very impossible to try to beat them four straight. So they're going to have to find a way to really get a victory either in Game 2. If they go down 0-2, they have to win Game 3. Otherwise, it's just pretty much a wrap. So that's how I kind of feel about this whole situation. And, at the end of the day, Anthony Davis pretty much showed his worth to the team. And I felt that Anthony Davis, had all sorts of matchup advantages against the Heat front line. Now, the only minor controversy was is that I felt that, that Anthony Davis was kind of hyping himself up a little bit too much. And that's why I felt that LeBron had to refocus Anthony Davis a bit and tell him that, listen, it's good that we won the first game, but this series is a long way from over. And the Miami Heat, sure, maybe are a wounded animal, but a wounded animal is a dangerous animal. And trust me when I tell you, you know, the the worst case scenario is for the Lakers to drop their guard down and allow the Heat to get any level of confidence on the opening tip. So I think that right now, I'm sure that LeBron and and the rest of the guys are pretty much understanding that they cannot let the Heat have any chance to have any morale to try to continue on in the series. They had to put their foot on the gas pedal from the opening tip and don't let these guys lit up. Because if that's the case, if the Heat find a way to keep the game close, anything can happen. So to me, LeBron, I expect the Lakers to pretty much do what they did in Game One, and take a 2-0 lead into the series. That's what I pretty much see, barring what happens from here on in. Now, when Goran Dragic and Bam Adebayo, come back possibly for Game Three. Now, again, we don't know if they're going to come back from their injuries. But if they come back from their injuries, we're going to be anxious to see how affected they'll be. So that's just pretty much what I have, in terms of the whole situation, man. So enjoy Game Two of the finals, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully there'll be better TV ratings than it was in Game One, to be honest with you. But that's besides the point. I expect the Lakers to do what they did in Game One, and put the pressure on the Heat to go as they go down 2-0 in the series. That's what I think is going to happen tonight. So that's pretty much all I have for tonight. So, but let me know what you guys think in the comments section, and enjoy Game Two of the finals between the Heat and the Lakers. All right, I'm gonna come back later on after the game, do a quick live stream to give my post game reaction of the entire game. All right, y'all enjoy the game.